politics. If you have seen, there was an incident at the training school this week. Again, this is not the first time that there have been incidents at the training school. I do have the lawyer around the corner for Ask Me Local 94, Nicole Barnard. Thank you for coming in today. I appreciate it. I think you've been quite busy. Come step over, put your right foot here. Let's talk with folks a little bit. Another incident at the training school this week. This is not the first time. This has been on the radar screen of the unions. Had an event today basically pointing out what's been taking place there. So bring us up to speed. Let's talk a little bit about the incident that happened this week and what you're looking to achieve.
Last night's incident was one of many assaults on staff that occurred at the Rhode Island Training School. We've been working with the administration. We've filed several grievances with DCYF to let them know that the conditions are not safe there. What happened last night was, again, four staff, four juvenile program workers were assaulted by 20 juvenile residents at the Rhode Island Training School.
And is it just a numbers issue? Talk to us about the safety issue and what you're pushing for, and especially from the legal perspective. You talk about filing the grievances, and again pointing out this is not the first time something's happened. What needs to happen in your opinion?
What needs to happen, I would say that there are about 4 things that need to happen right away. We need to be getting pepper spray so that our juvenile program workers have the tools to do their job. We need a crisis response team that is on hand when incidents like the one that occurred last night happen. We need the facility doors and the surrounding fencing area to be repaired properly. Well, one thing that occurred last night was that the door to the location where this melee was occurring did not open properly. It would not open, and so there were staff ready to respond outside from other mods, and they couldn't get in, and there were 4 juvenile program workers being assaulted by 20 residents.
And you said, I saw the release, I mean, clearly this was a premeditated effort on the part. What type of punishment happens to these youth when something like this occurs?
I don't always get the details about what happens. In fact, I usually don't. From what we can see, from what me and the president of Local 314 see, we're not seeing a lot happening to the residents after these types of incidents have been happening. Right now, we have 30 out of 69 juvenile program workers are out injured.
So you talk about needing the pepper spray. You talk about making sure the facilities are safe. Have you asked for the pepper spray before from the state, and have they just said, no, we're not going to allow that?
Yes, we have asked several times. They've said, no, that's not appropriate. A kind of pervasive problem that we're seeing is that some people in the state are thinking that we're dealing with juveniles, children. And the fact of the matter is that a lot of the residents who are at the training school are in fact full grown. They are in between the ages of 13 and 19, and a lot of them are full grown, big people.
So is it a staffing issue too? You talk about 4 facing 20. Now you mentioned the door that did not open. Mm-hmm. Is there a need for additional staff? Is it a cost issue? What do you hear when you go to the state and say, this is what we need? And what's their response?
Well, just last week, the president, Jerry Minetti of Local 314, and I met with several of the top people at DCYF. We met with, and we talked about the things that we wanted to see. We want to see increased staffing numbers across the board. We want ongoing recruitment because people are going out injured, and then we need more people to replace those injuries. There's a really big problem right now with staff, especially juvenile program workers, getting frozen in. So that means that they are frequently working 16-hour days, one after the other in a row. And when you're working like that in this kind of environment, you just can't perform at the level that
that is needed to undertake such a job. And again, your legal counsel, you filed the grievances. Can you speak maybe in sort of layman's terms into what the exact grievances were and sort of the time frame to expect to see something?
I've filed at least 2 grievances in the last 3 months. Right now, we filed a grievance. I spelled out that staffing numbers were short, that we needed more tools to do our job, and I am waiting to get those hearings scheduled. And once that gets scheduled, we will be hopefully getting the kind of response that is necessary from the state. But right now, we've heard that Governor Raimondo is looking to have a review of of the training school, and we welcome that. But one thing that I want to make clear is we're not just looking for a review and waiting for policy decisions. We need immediate action here. We're very concerned that someone is going to end up getting killed, either a staff member or a juvenile.
Do you think, is it tough to recruit people to the positions given the level of violence that we've seen? Talk a little bit about that.
I know that there are a fair number of applications that came in for the last round of hiring. I know that a goodly number were turned away, and right now I believe there are 11 positions that are going to be filled, that are right now not filled. We would like to see more of the applicants being hired and put through the training program so that they can work at the Rhode Island Training School, and we don't have issues with the staffing numbers and with juvenile program workers getting frozen in for 16-hour shifts repeatedly.
And you just mentioned, 11 budgeted yet unfilled positions?
I don't know if there are 11 budgeted. I'm fairly certain there are 6 right now budgeted FTEs that are unfilled currently.
And is there a sense of uncertainty, obviously, with the budget for the next year hanging in the balance? Did you know what was in that budget? And is that some concern as to where the state currently stands, not even having one, operating on the existing FY17?
We're very concerned that the immediate corrective action that needs to be taken is not going to be taken, because we had a riot occur just in May. There was one staff member had their jaw broken, another staff member had their eye socket broken, and we haven't seen any kind of real response that's been effective or changed the conditions. In fact, what we're seeing is that the juveniles are becoming emboldened. They are realizing that not too much is happening and that they can have kind of free reign of the place.
So you had again, you put out the release today. I wanted to talk with the press, talk with the people, letting the public know what's going on, but of course you're looking for specific action from leadership, and as you said, should not come in the way of a review. Need to see actual action per the points you had pointed out.
We do welcome a review. However, we need immediate corrective action. We need pepper spray. We need staffing numbers increased. We need the doors and fences of the facility repaired, and we need a emergency response team for when incidents do happen like this.
Well, I appreciate your coming in to talk with us, because folks see about this incident happening. It raises headlines and obviously raises concern. So to get your perspective, from the legal perspective, we'll continue to watch obviously what's happening if actions are taken. And don't hesitate to reach out to us to come here to tell folks the story of what's taking place and what you're looking to make happen. So Nicole, I appreciate your coming in today.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much. I know you've got to go. I know you're busy at hand, so I'll let you scoot around the corner there. We'll talk with you soon.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, Nicole Barnard, working with the unions as their lawyer pertaining to what's happening right now at the training school. Riot last night, another one. This is not the first incident that has taken place there this year. They are pushing for increased measures, as you just heard her talk about, to ensure the safety of workers who are working there with the youth. Did mention that hearing from the Raimondo administration that a review is going to take place of the training school, but as Nicole mentioned, looking for immediate action again in light of recent events. So stay tuned for more on that. Glad we were able to have her come here and talk a little bit more about it at the Navigate Credit Union broadcast.